given the honour to wave it on the 25th Classic, and they come down to the flag, and it's pole setter Brooke Tatnall. He's picked the right side and he's gone around the outside. He's gone to the lead, but have a look at the cars are everywhere at the moment, and Skip Jackson came out of position 2. He settled down into 2. Gary Rush is back into 4, and the youngster from South Australia, Trevor Green, his very first Classic, and he's up into 3rd place. Then we go back to the Anderson car from Albury. He's back in 5th place. Danny Smith, the Americans, in 6th. We've got Gary Brazier back in 7th. The whole field's come through now again with 2 laps down. And Brooke Tatnall, the leader, has gone into the wall. Brooke Tatnall from Sydney, the leader, the pole sitter, has gone into the wall on the very second lap. Into the wall on the very second lap. And that's put Brooke Tatnall, I think, out of the 1997 Grand Annual Sprint Car Classic. Brooke got himself a little high, and he's gone into the wall. Well, what atrocious luck.
Brooke Tatnall over there too, Charlie. Very, very upset by the looks of him. He's just can't figure out what's happened. He's lost the...
Well, what wretched luck for Brooke Tatnall. Brooke cannot believe it. He's gone in and torn off the right-hand rear tyre, and that's put him out. Top point scorer. Picked pole, went for the right position, the outside, as being the top point scorer. He had the option of picking inside front row or outside front row, and he took the option of the outside, went through, got himself into the wall. The track's been quite good here this afternoon, but at Premier Speedway it's more a night circuit than a day circuit. But because of the weather conditions the last couple of nights, we've had to run this on a daylight program, and it's very, very hard to keep the track together.
Got the green flag in the air, Charlie?
Yeah, green flag, Wayne, and Skip Jackson now takes over the running of the Grand Annual Sprint Car Classic in 1st place, followed by Trevor Green, Gary Rush back there in 3rd place, and then we've got David Anderson, Gary Brazier, as Danny Smith has gone around the outside of Gary Brazier and put himself up in a prominent position, Wayne.
Yeah, and have a look at the battle there between Brazier and Smith back there in 5th spot, but meanwhile Trevor Green's gone right up on the back nerve bar of Skip Jackson's. They go down past the grandstand, so it's Trevor Green right behind Skip Jackson. Gary Rush there in 3rd place. David Anderson starting to put a bit of a gap between him and Danny Smith now. And we've got Trevor Green has gone in the lead. Trevor Green around the outside of Skip Jackson, and Gary Rush gone through, and Skip Jackson hits the fence. He'll come back into the field in 4th place, but out in front it's Trevor Green, the rookie. Green's hit the lead as they go down past the grandstand. They've still got 30 laps to go. Rush, the old veteran, just starting to move up behind him now, Charlie. And David Anderson back there in 3rd place.
Well, this is absolutely a race sensation. Grand Annual Sprint Car Classic with all the power and passion of the 25th anniversary one and the big one. And we've got the rookie leading the field, Trevor Green from South Australia. And Mike Rowell's just hit the wall and gone infield. Mike Rowell from Queensland. But it's Trevor Green out front, but Rush, Gary Rush, now starting to hover into sight. And Gary Rush is into 2nd place. We go back to David Anderson in 3rd. And we've got Skip Jackson back in 4th after touching the wall. Danny Smith's back there in about 5th position. He's trying to run the high line, keep the tyre out into the loose dirt just a little bit. But Danny Smith not progressing as he should. And also Gary Brazier right behind him. Then we go back to the USA 5-star. That's Joe Gertie, Nathan McDonald from Bundaberg behind him. And the Tasmanian Tiger himself, David Nurcott, with Peter Murphy, who has moved up from the rear of the field, so he's gone through all right too. But we're looking for the leader at the moment, and it's Trevor Green from Green Welding in Adelaide, and he's got a nice little lead here over Gary Rush. We're having trouble trying to see the number of laps left on the board here at Premier Speedway today because it is a nighttime circuit, and it's very hard to see it in the daylight, so we're a little bit out of our depth here at the moment. But Gary Rush closing in on Trevor Green, Wayne.
Yeah, 24 or 23 laps to go this time round, Charlie, and Rush moving right up as they start to come in late traffic, but Trevor doing a great job at this stage. Gary Rush there in 2nd place. David Anderson's moved up to 3rd. Skip Jackson back to 4th. And there goes Gary Brazier on the inside of Danny Smith as they go down the back straight and can't quite pull it off. But Brazier and Smith certainly looking good at this stage. I dare say they've got their cars set up, and we've got a spin here on the highway corner. It looks like the car from South Australia, number 95.
Yeah, it's Mark Reuter. Big Mopar engine in here the first night and blew the engine up. Went back to Chev engine.
Oh, we've got to start,
right,
Charlie.
They've got to start. We're on the way with 22 to go. And it's Trevor Green trying to pick his way down the right part of the track here. Rush is making a big move now. Gary Rush, with all those years of experience, he's been driving for about 35 years. Gary Rush, driven everything from go-karts to saloons to NASCAR. He's driven everything, raced in America, had one of the biggest dumps in America many years ago at a place in Los Angeles. And here he is, 52 years old, and Danny Smith's making a move past. He's gone past Gary Brazier and he's picked himself up into 5th place. So Wayne, as they come through now with about 20 laps to go, it's still Green welding car. Trevor Green in front from Gary Rush.
Yeah, Trevor Green doing a real great job on the slick track out there, travelling, and he's only about 5 metres in front of Gary Rush. They come past, they've got 19 laps to go this time round. But have a look at David Anderson. He's the sleeping giant. He's sitting there in 3rd place. Skip Jackson behind him, and Brazier's just gone underneath Danny Smith as they go down the back straight. Smith tries to go back under. But Brazier holding on to 5th. So Brazier looking very good at this stage. I dare say Steve Brazier would have the car set up to come on later on in the race. But as they go down the back, it's still Trevor Green from South Australia. Gary Rush there in 2nd place. But Green up behind Mick Rowell now, and Mick Rowell not giving much quarter. Trevor Green tries to go underneath him. Mick Rowell sitting up high on the truck, and looks as though he's going to let Trevor Green go past, and Mick Rowell moves right aside, and we've got Gary Rush going, trying to go underneath Trevor Green, and Trevor Green holds him out. Gary Rush in 2nd place, and David Anderson back there 3rd. But have a look at Gary Brazier. He moves underneath Skip Jackson, so Brazier up another place. Jackson back underneath Brazier as they go down the back straight, and they've got 17 laps to go.
Well, it looks like with 17 to go, I think some of these cars are set up to come home hard at the finish. And of course the track's gone real black now, and they're starting to smoke the tyres as they come out of turn 2, turn 3. We're watching now, and somebody's gone underneath Skip Jackson. That was Gary Brazier. Gary Brazier's gone under Skip Jackson. Skip Jackson not handling the track too well at the moment, but we go back to Trevor Green, and he's wending his way through the tail enders. He's now come up on the 95 car of Gary Reuter, and this track is only 440 yards long. They've been getting around earlier in the week, the first 2 nights, they were getting around in 10.82 seconds, 10.82. Gary Rush had the track record at 10.85, the guy who's running 2nd at the moment, so every 10 seconds they're circulating the track. Trevor Green, he's still got his lead out front, and maybe he hasn't quite got as much horsepower as Gary Rush, and that might be doing it well today. You may not need all this horsepower here on the way the track is running here in daylight, because Premier Speedway is certainly a nighttime circuit. The track gets very stick. I think Rush is starting to go off. I think his tyre's starting to go off, and it's Green out front, Rush in 2nd place. Then we go back to, it looks like David Anderson still hanging on there in 3rd from Skip Jackson and Gary Brazier. Right,
and it's Trevor Green still out in front. He's doing a great job through this traffic, and Trevor Green, if he can pull this one off, and he's made a big break, Rush back down around about 30 or 40 metres, but here comes the battle for 3rd place, and Gary Brazier's dropped back. I notice a lot of smoke coming off David Anderson's outside rear as he goes down the back straight, but it's Skip Jackson. He moves underneath the lap cars, and so does Brazier, and here comes Trevor Green. He's got around about 8 laps to go. The Coca-Cola scoreboard a little bit dull in the sun, so just bear with us as he goes around the lap car around the back. It looks like the car from Western Australia, the car of Daryl Cricky. But here comes Trevor Green in the main straight, and he's got Gary Rush right behind him, so Rush hasn't given in yet. Trevor Green down the back straight, and looks like David Anderson still in 3rd with Skip Jackson moving up, and a lot of smoke coming off Brazier's rear tyre too, Charlie.
Well, there's a lot coming off Gary Rush's too as he moves right up on the rear here of Trevor Green, and he's almost in underneath him as they leave turn 2. And he's got back again. Trevor Green still in front. Gary Rush can't get him, but I tell you what, tyres are going to start popping here any moment. You can't have that much smoke and rubber coming off here at the moment. It's like a drag strip instead of a speedway. And Trevor Green, he's holding that 15, 20, 30 metres as he goes down the back straight. Gary Rush absolutely smoking the bags as he comes around turn 2, turn 3. A private war going on here between Skip Jackson and Gary Brazier. Brazier's down in the black. They're both in the black. I think they're going to get up running the tyres out. You cannot see how the tyres can hang on here. But it's still Green as they go down the main straight. Gary Rush still hanging on there. He's lost a little bit of ground. The smoke is pouring off his tyres as he exits turn 2. It's right back to 1973 when Billy Wixie lit up the tyres here in the Australian title, and they're on fire going down the straight. Gary Rush putting on an amazing performance here, trying to hang on, but he's losing ground. And Trevor Gilbert's got away. Trevor Green has got away at the moment. He's got about 40 or 50. And there goes the last lap. The last lap flag. Green, he has got this race in his keeping. Trevor Green with half a lap to go now. Now Gary Rush has got through into second place and Skip Jackson's got him. So Skip Jackson's gone through into second place and here comes Brazier. There's a big derbies that going behind. Jackson in second, Rush in third, Anderson in fourth place, Brazier in fifth. We go back to Danny Smith in sixth, Joe Gertie in seventh, Murphy would be in eighth. There goes the 232 cars, Nathan McDonald and Tasmanian 32 and David Murkowitz. What a wonderful race. And let's see what South Australia would go first third. What about the South Australians? Well, Paddy McKeever, the flag man. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. The rookie in the field, Trevor Green. Boy, I tell you what, he will, I don't know what's going to happen here. I'll tell you what, he'll have to suck lemons for about 3 weeks to get the smile off his face. His family will be absolutely ecstatic. And that's one of the best drives I think I have ever seen on a racetrack in all my life.
Man, like, what's up, Trev? You fucking Trevor, you beauty.
Can't believe it!
Ah, you got it, mate. You got it.
Woo!
Little ripper.
Get on,
Get on up top.
Can you bargain?
What do you reckon, Val?
Take that thing off his head. Take that helmet off. Oh, I did. Oh, man. Good job, Green man. With it. All right. Get on your Skip. Get on your Skip. Good job. You happy, Phil? Hey. Hey. Good man.
Good, Trevor.
Love you, buddy.
You are the winner. You are the winner.
Oh, man. Trev, tell us all about it, mate.
Congratulations.
Oh, I just can't believe it. It's lovely. Wonderful win. Unbelievable. Where's Mouse? Come here! Come here! That's why we won. This guy. 3 cheers for him. Hip, hip. Hey, hip, hip. Where's Steve? Where's the car on the ground? Oh, I just can't believe it. Unbelievable. What about those last 2 laps? How hard were they to do? Oh, it was unreal. Seen Gotti come on the inside of us and I thought, oh, he's got us. I shouldn't be doing this shit, I can't believe it. Gotti! What a happy. Bring Mum. Bring Mum and Dad. Already on the phone to him, otherwise I would have. Oh, I can't believe it. There. That's absolute reverse to poor old George. Skip. Oh, there's Skip. Skip, congratulations. Great race, mate.
Thank you.
What a wonderful win for him.
Yeah, little mongrel.
Yeah, he thought you had him too.
Well, congratulations to Trevor and his whole team. They've done a fantastic job. We worked just quite good enough today. Them guys are a little bit better. I had every opportunity that I could have ever wanted. The right tyres, the right car. I was right there, but just not there. So
He just had that little bit.
well, too conservative at the start, and them guys were a little bit more aggressive than I was, and I think that's where I went wrong. Just should have been more aggressive, but it's
Great race.
Well,
Thanks very much for it. Thanks a lot, Skip Jackson.
I don't think you mind me telling you he's 52 years old. He's company director from West Pennant Hills. He's just about won everything. He's won his fair share of classics, but he would have dearly loved to win this one again today. went within a whisker. He's won 10 or 11 Australian titles, he'll tell you how many, and he's done an amazing job. And Gary, we'd like to present you with third place in the Grand Annual Sprint Car Classic, and CK Agar's here.
Congratulations, Gary.
Presented.
You've done a great job.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Well, Gary, what can I say? 52 years old, I'm a little bit older than you, so I'm the boss here. But you've done an amazing job. You've just about won everything around, particularly here at Premier Speedway. You've won national titles, you've won classics, and that was a wonderful gutsy drive, but I think the tyre just beat you.
Well, yeah, it's the track beat us all. Track won today, but no, I was very happy for the young bloke that won it. I've been watching him all season long, and he's done an excellent job. And you know, I could have pulled a couple of moves on him, but I mean I would have hit him, and I just don't want to win a race like that by hitting another guy. And but that's racing, and I guess it's a first to race in the daytime of the Classic. And the last 2 years we've raced here, and I'd like to be a tyre dealer, I tell you, but all the tyres we're using. But look, it's been a good event. The rain's come along and sport last night, but that's the way it goes, and I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. I'd like to congratulate the young fella again, Skip for running second, and all the other competitors, and especially the fans. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Absolute gentleman and an ambassador to the sport, and I hope you're still rushing around here when you're 62, Gary. You'll give me a big thrill, because I'll be 67. Well, that was wonderful. Well, how about the guy who has come second, came home like a bullet. He's just come off a great win, winning the World Series Sprint Car Championship, and that's really a true Australian title. It's not just a one night, it's a whole series. We like him down here at Premier Speedway. I think he likes to come down. What about a big special cheer for New South Wales number 7, Skip Jackson?
On you, Skipper.
There you go, Skip.
Go and get him in Knoxville next year, son.
Well, Skip, you're really a professional race driver, and I guess it showed out here today. You nearly made it home.
Yeah, we had a good run. They've got a great team behind me this year. The Skilled Engineering, Gibson Freight, Darble Motorsports team, they've done a fantastic job all season long. It's a credit to them guys that enabled to win the World Series and come down here this weekend and run real strong all weekend. Trevor done a great job today, good on him, and the rest of his team, they're fantastic. I had a real hard race here today. I'd like to thank all these people here for coming back on Monday. It's crazy, but good on everybody for coming, and thanks off to Premier. Thank you.
Another wonderful ambassador to the sport. He spends quite a bit of time across in Knoxville, Iowa, resides over there for quite a few months of the year, and you can see why. He's as good as the Americans over there. And Skip, I think you'll be right in amongst this for the America-Australia Challenge this year.
Yeah, well, thanks to Keeling Associates and everybody is associated with the Australian America Challenge, and it's a great thing to be involved with, and I hope we can do good with our GASCC construction team over there this year.
Well, you'll have the whole of Warrnambool riding on your back, and I was talking to Ian Anderson out there before, and he's the guy from On The Spot, and the boys were telling us the other night that we might be able to pick it up on satellite from America, so if it does, we'll get about 10,000 people in Ian Anderson's backyard.
Well, that sounds pretty good. I don't know who else is going to be there, but I know Danny and Joe and everybody else that comes across is going to put on a hell of a race, but at least we're going to be starting in the right position over there, so hopefully we'll be okay. Well
done, Skip Jackson. Well, we reserved the best for the last, and he really is the best. He's composed himself now. He's made his 15 phone calls. I think he was on the phone to Mum there a while ago. I still haven't found out whether she's in Salisbury East or whether she was out in the car park, because if she was here, she would have covered up her eyes and wouldn't have seen Trevor go over the line. So we've said it all about him. He's absolutely amazing. He's 26 years old, lives at Salisbury East. He's a company director of Green Welding, and he helped us out here a few nights welding a car back together. He's done everything. This would have to be the climax of his career. He will go bigger and better. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Trevor Green. And Zeke Agars, here we are. We better get a special photo of this, because we've got the first winner of the Grand Annual Sprint Car Classic, Zeke Agars, and we've got the 25th. There's been a lot of years and a lot of water under the bridge in between, and we've got the changing of the generation here. 2 South Australians, which is very symbolic, and the South Australians, we love them over here. They don't like Victorians, but boy, we like those South Australians, and he's really thrilled us. We had a wretched classic. Everything, I think, under the sun went wrong, but I knew we'd get a wonderful race at the end. And a guy told me many years ago, he said, you're always remembered at your race meeting by the very last race you run. And we'll remember this one, and so will Trevor Gilbert. He's done a Trevor Green. I'm as excited as he is. Well, we'll get him up to the microphone, and Trevor, I was going to ask you how you feel, but I know how you feel. But it was a fantastic drive, and did you know you had Gary Rush right behind you all the time?
I seen him there, and I thought if it wasn't him, it was going to be somebody else. I just can't believe we can come in and do this. I think my younger brother Mouse and Steve, they should be up here. What you see is him. You know, it doesn't matter who you are and how good you are. If your car's no good, you're no good. And he is unreal. Love your Mouse.
Well, I think you turned the tables here, and I think it wouldn't matter what the car was like today. I think you showed the true grit. I was a bit worried when you had the race restart, because while you were out front, you're okay, and you were getting through the traffic all right. And then I thought, well, the restart, at least with 22 to go, you're going to have a bit of clear water in front of you for a while. But we were a bit concerned about the tyres. You chose your right setup and you chose your right tyre, but sometimes it breaks your concentration. Did you have any trouble picking up the bit again for those last 22 laps?
Once I tried getting under a lap car off the bottom on turn 2, and I just sat there, and I think that's when maybe Gary and Skip probably would have caught us up. We just sat there and sat there and sat there, and I thought, come on, get going. But it just sat, and we got back up to the top, and I was running that little cushion on 4, and it was just great. Mouse told me to start the race, just bring the wing back a little, keep off the gas, save those tyres, and it was just a treat. I'd like to thank Green Welding, my mum and my dad. They're not here. Can't believe they're not here. Wish they were. Bop Gases, Protect Paints, Sprint Auto Parts, Highway in Ultra Tune. I'd like to thank Gil Cameron and Greg Farrell from Road and Track Services. No one really wanted to help us out at the start of the year, and they said, we're going to give you a go, and it's just unreal what can happen if you get a go, and it's just unreal. I'd like to thank my brother Steve. If it wasn't for him as well, wouldn't even be in the game. It's just unreal. Bill Burrows all year, every time we've got in trouble, it's been someone like Bill that's come and sorted us out and straightened us up. It's just so many people, like Skip's crew, and just the camaraderie is just unbelievable. Whenever we're in trouble, someone gives us a hand, and I'm telling you, it's just unbelievable. I just can't believe it.
I noticed the first guy that came across and congratulated was Brooke Tatnell.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. You know, it's just an awesome sport. Max said it at the banquet, that he's been to touring cars and he's been to everything else, and it's just not the same. For these fans here at Warrnambool, yous are just gutsy. I can't believe. Look at you, you're still here. It's just awesome. It's got to be the best sport in the world. There's no doubt about it.
Give him a big cheer, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.